Good evening and welcome inside Anoka High School. It's Pete Anderson alongside Tim Anderson on QCTV Sports. Tonight we're bringing you the Anoka Tornadoes hosting the Coon Rapids Cardinals. And Tim, this matchup, two teams kind of going in a different direction. But as we're working towards the section playoff here coming later this month, this is a game that really kind of sets up a lot of things for Anoka in their run, especially as they're on a 9-game win streak.
And they've played so well in conference play. That's really the thing to keep in mind for them this season. They have been just so unbelievable inside the conference. They've been about a 500 team outside the conference, but they played some really tough teams in that non-conference schedule, playing Providence Academy, playing Crosby Ironton, playing some of the elite scorers in the state of Minnesota. But in conference play, they have really found something here in the last few weeks. Maddie Frecking has been unbelievable for them this season, really has taken a big step forward and really embraced the leadership position. They've gotten some nice contributions in recent weeks from Drew Peterson and from Deborah Ianni. It's a nice little formidable team. Nick Novak's done a heck of a job.
He really has, and the coach has led them to a 14-6 overall record. And as you mentioned, Ianni and Frecking, both of them basically double-doubles on a night-to-night basis.
They're a tough matchup because Frecking can get inside and outside. She can shoot a little bit. Ianni is that inside force that's just really hard to guard. It's like having like a baby Shaq almost inside because physically there are not a lot of players on other teams that can match up with her. Her big key is going to be footwork and foul trouble. If she stays out of that, she'll be fine.
On the flip side, it's the Coon Rapids Cardinals. Cardinals coming in with a record of 5-14. They're 2-9 since the calendar turned into 2025. And they're led. They've got scoring punch. They do have 3 different scorers that are in double digits. Aaliyah Graham, Ja'Kai Palmer, Rochelle Cooper, and Kelly McGrane right there is averaging close to 10 points a game. It's just after that there's not much scoring punch left.
That's true. A nice win the other night against Blake, so you give them that for sure. And they're 5-14, so you'd like to think they're getting some momentum. They're young. That's the thing you have to keep in mind. They have 1 senior on the active varsity roster, but they have a lot of juniors. All those names you just mentioned, juniors. So this is a group that's played together a little bit and should get better with time. And you mentioned that, this season has been a little up and down. As this season gets to the end, I would expect them to play a little better basketball, maybe start to gel a little bit better for head coach Chris Bierman.
Chris Bierman is the head coach for the Cardinals. As we're just about underway, the tornado siren is ringing here.
It's nice that they played that really loud while we were in our pregame.
It's almost that like they didn't consider our thoughts or feelings.
They didn't think about that at all, is what that was.
You work here.
I work here, and you'd think that they would see that we were up here, but they did not.
Full disclosure, I am Pete, you're Tim. Tim and I went to high school together. We went to Coon Rapids High School, and there's going to be lots of references to Coon Rapids High School.
It's kind of perfect, right? Because, I mean, I know, I work at Anoka, you work at Andover, or you've been around Andover, but we are both birds at heart. We are birds at heart, so should be our emotions are all over the place here heading into the game, no doubt about it.
I really appreciate Ryan Mush scheduling us on this game together.
Absolutely.
And getting to understand. We're underway. Ianni gets the tip and quickly hands off early on here to Frecking. Ball tipped out, and that one through the fingers of Drew Peterson. It's going to be an early turnover for the Tornadoes. Cardinals get their first touch.
Tornadoes kind of working, they got to take their time on offense. That time Laurel maybe rushed that pass just a bit, gives the Cardinals a chance to get their offense going.
Cardinals working around the perimeter. It's in the leading scorer, Aaliyah Graham. She gives off and finds it to Rochelle Cooper. Kelly McGrane works to the free throw line, lets a shot go off the front and back iron. Frecking with the rebound. Quickly ahead to Drew Peterson. Works through contact and draws the foul. She'll go to the line for 2 shots.
One thing you've noticed with Anoka as the season has progressed is their willingness to outlet and get running in fast break a little bit that time. You saw Frecking immediately turn around, and even though they don't have numbers with Peterson, they're trying to push tempo and really challenge this Coon Rapids defense. This time they draw a foul and get to the line.
I mean, Frecking basically looked like Kevin Love right there.
Absolutely.
Old school prime Kevin Love is getting that rebound and immediately trying to throw the football pass down the court.
And this player has really made a difference for them. Drew Peterson really stepping up and becoming that third scorer. She can shoot the 3. She's a good free throw shooter, as you just see there, knocking down them both. But that's a big deal for this Tornado team.
Back the other way, the Cardinals launch a three. It's good. Ja'Kiah Palmer hits from the right wing and takes an early lead for the Cardinals.
Good confident look that time. And taking advantage of the open look. Tornadoes played a little zone. They gave that cushion on the outside. Cardinals take advantage. Nice shot from Palmer.
Working into the lane here. Now passing off Frecking with the little bunny from the left side. And she puts it up and in.
Beautiful little drive and dish. Kuyan finding Frecking, giving her a little love and an easy one. Oh, my.
Ja'Kiah launches again. Saved before it goes out of bounds into Aaliyah Graham's hands. She works to the free throw line, gives back out. Rotation moving. Now left to right to left for the Cardinals. Shot launched there by McGrain off the mark. Brought down by Peterson, and she'll bring the ball up into the front court for the Tornadoes. Ayeni hands it off. Frecking is going to launch from three, dead center of the court. Rebound goes to Ayeni among three different Cardinals. Gives off for Frecking. What vision there for Deborah Ayeni.
That was so pretty from Deborah Ayeni. Stayed with it, got the rebound. Saw Frecking cutting, and I want to see more players do that. Cut to the basket. You never know what's going to happen. That time Frecking, good basketball awareness to get to the rim and get that clean look. Nice job by everybody involved for Anoka.
Ball tipped out of bounds by the Tornadoes. It'll stay with Coon Rapids here. 27 on the shot clock. It'll be Palmer throwing it in. Goes right into the lane, and it's taken away by Shopnek. Here come the Tornadoes the other way. Peterson, Euro step, lays it up with the left and in.
That's what we mean. We see Peterson as a good finisher, getting to the basket, can shoot the three. Her game is really becoming more well-rounded as the season has progressed. That time a quick miss.
Miss by the Cardinals. Frecking pulls it off the rim for the rebound, and it'll be Kuyan slowing things down. She's met by Graham just beyond the timeline. Shopnek goes inside for Ayeni, bounce pass to Frecking. Frecking working on the smaller Cooper, and then it's Ayeni with the two-point shot from inside. Puts the Tornadoes up to a 10-3 lead.
Quick answer, though, by McGrain, knocking down the three on the other end for the Cardinals. You saw Anoka do a little high-low right there, and they've been loving to do that with their bigs, getting Frecking and Ayeni to work together.
Kuyan puts it on the floor, works all the way in, stops and pops and drops, and gets the Tornadoes up by 6. They've doubled up Coon Rapids here in the early on. That was Palmer, looks inside. Shot goes up and in, made by Shania Horton.
That's nice basketball right there, though. Good feed as Cooper was able to find Horton, work a little two-man game, get the quick basket. Nice job by the Cardinals hanging tough.
Kuyan uses the pick from Ayeni, now backs out into the corner. Peterson will circle around. She'll launch for a three. That's off the mark. Brought down by Palmer, who quickly puts it on the floor. She'll go coast to coast, lays it up too strong off the glass. Rebound comes down for Frecking, and she gives off for Kuyan. Shopnek's going to try a three from the left side. No good, in and out. And the rebound comes down for Cooper.
They need her to shoot that shot, though, Pete. She needs to become more assertive offensively because you have to account for her on the floor if you're the other team.
Launch from deep for Palmer is no good. Ayeni with the rebound. Slows it down in the backcourt. It'll be Kuyan trotting it across.
Cardinals need to slow it down a little bit offensively.
Ayeni telegraphed that pass, and it was broken up. Rochelle Cooper got her hands on it. Coming into the game now for the Cardinals is Elise Harfield.
Young player, Elise Harfield, class of 2030.
Well, that makes me feel old.
Yeah, I was going to say, I just kind of ruined my night right there. Sorry, Pete.
Frecking up and in, and she's got a quick 6 already. And has a combined about 10 feet from the basket in all 3 of those makes.
Yeah, they're getting inside. They're not having to rely on the three. Cardinals almost exclusively trying to shoot threes. And there you see the difference in what each team is trying to do to be effective.
Put on the floor by McGrain, now near side. Working inside is Cooper. Cooper blocked by Frecking.
I tell you, she's been able to do it all, Pete. She's able to get blocks, rebounds, and she scores, and she handles the ball like in this sequence.
Frecking works to the right side and draws the foul. makes the shot. Let's go old-fashioned three-point play for Maddie Frecking, or at least the opportunity for one.
That is what I just think is the improvement in Maddie Frecking's game this year, Pete. Last year, I felt like we didn't see that step forward, and I wonder if that was just because she was deferring to players like Evan Apenga and players like Lydia Lackinen, and now it feels like it's her team. And she's just so much more assertive and so much more polished in these moments, and it's led to some really strong performances. 30 points in her last game.
Frecking's free throw is good, and just like that, she's got 9. Here to lead all scorers, 9 of the Tornadoes' 17 points.
That's Frecking 9, Coon Rapids 8.
Running into trouble is McGrain. Ball on the floor. It goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Cardinals. I think it was Kuyan that got on the floor and touched that before she could corral it, and it goes out.
Yeah, Cardinals looked like a jumbled mess offensively right there. Had moving screens, had all kinds of issues. They need to space the floor a little bit better. Hey, that'll work.
That one rotates around the cylinder about 3.5 times for Aaliyah Graham. She gets her first bucket of the evening. Kuyan uses the screen of
traveled.
and late whistle, but got it right. The extra step there as she tried to move around the defender.
I like the assertiveness of Kuyan going to the basket right there. That's a new change for her. I like seeing her put the ball on the floor, but that time she's got to see that and anticipate a little bit better.
McGrain works around, gives down low for Hartfield, goes off the glass and in.
That's a nice one there for the young player. And she provides some physicality. She's going to challenge Deborah Ieni a little bit, and that's a good play for Hartfield to get on the board.
Peterson looks inside for Frecking, pass off the mark. Frecking had just kind of gotten her position settled, but the pass was already on its way.
Yeah, I want to see them work that ball, maybe try to rotate it around the other side of the perimeter and try to get Frecking on the other side. That time, that pass, just no angle to work that for Peterson.
Peterson trying to jump the pass, instead comes back and fouls Jakaya Palmer in the midst of shooting. They say that was a 2.
Yeah, it's a tough sequence there for Drew Peterson there. Bad pass on the turnover offensively, and then there tries to jump that pass, get the steal, trying to get it all back, and in doing that fouls the shooter.
First free throw is good.
Cardinals doing a nice job, just hanging in there. You don't think they're running the most efficient offense right now, but they've made a few shots. They've knocked a few big threes down. They've gotten inside a little bit, hanging in there.
Second one, no good. Ieni with the rebound. She's hounded immediately, but she's able to find Kuyan as the release foul. Working inside now, trying to get a little bit of help, and finds Ieni is Tessa Liram. Liram back on the ball, gives it for Ieni. We're going to work the low post game. Handoff for Peterson. No good. Back iron. Graham going to try and run the floor. Kuyan got in her way, slowed things down.
No numbers for Coon Rapids. I like that. Slow down, reset.
Shot taken, no good for McGrain. Frecking with the rebound, gives off for Kuyan immediately. Kuyan into the corner for Liram. No. Going up to get that rebound was Horton.
Yeah, you don't want to get in a track meet here if you're Coon Rapids. Slow down now if you're McGrain. Run your stuff.
McGrain's going to launch. She hits.
Or just shoot a 3. What do I know, right? That's a good look by McGrain. And she's not shy. She has not been hesitant. She's already got 6.
Yes, she does. Ieni works to the middle of the floor. Hands off for Kuyan. Shot. This is going to be a 2. Right foot on the line, but she hits it.
But again, assertive for Laurel Kuyan, and that's got to be what Nick Novak's going to love, is just Laurel Kuyan being aggressive.
Ieni with the rebound on the errant Cardinals shot. Quickly up for Frecking. Now Tornadoes have numbers. Good pass down low, and Liram misses the bunny. No assertiveness on that one, and an errant pass. We'll turn it right back over from the Cardinals.
And that's, you see Nick Novak make that motion, the slow down motion right there to say we don't need to try to set a record here for how fast we can score points. We can run our offense and we can play under control. And now they go back to their bench again. They bring Holgrimson into the game, number 23.
Frecking gives off for Ianni. There's Holgrimson. Puts it on the floor, works into the lane, puts the shot up short, gets her own rebound, gives for Frecking. She works her way through traffic and lays it in. Of course she does, because that's what she does.
Great dish by Holgrimson to get her own rebound right there and find the dish to Frecking. It's a good job there with the mouse in the house for Anoka.
Pass comes outside, shot off the mark for Palmer. Rebound goes for Coon Rapids, and then it's thrown right to Drew Peterson.
Yeah, Coon Rapids has to slow down offensively. They cannot afford to get into a track meet here. They will lose that battle.
Frecking ball fakes to get her defender in the air, then dishes to Ianni inside. And Ianni finishes it off.
Good job of crashing there. Good feed by Frecking, but good job by Deborah Ianni running the floor.
McGreen trying to put some work on Holmgren. Finally finds the pick and roll option. That was Horton. Horton then throws it away. Trying to feed it to Costigan.
Again, another example of the youth of this Cardinal team. Costigan is a freshman.
Inbound comes to Palmer. Step back for Horton. Instead, it's going to come near side. McGreen and front, trying to get that front bounce off the front iron and didn't fall here at the Tornadoes gym.
It's a little flat McGreen shot, but her basketball instincts are pretty good, I think.
Ianni, pivot back to the right side. What a move, Deborah Ianni.
She continues to improve her footwork with every passing week, and as she does that, she gets more opportunities like that. Easy buckets when you can move.
Horton gets it back out for McGreen. McGreen surveys, now gives back for Horton.
Good feed.
Ooh, nice movement, and just missing there was McGreen. Ball comes free. Shoknek has it and gives it for Ianni, who's going to dribble the floor. She might go coast to coast. And instead she'll draw the foul on Costigan.
Good foul by Costigan. Yeah, just get in the way. Stop ball.
The Anoka bench might have exploded if Ianni goes coast to coast there. That could have been a season highlight.
It's
right
kind
there.
of like that. That'll date us here a little bit, but that's very much your Shaq reference of Shaq running. They used to do that with the Magic.
Nobody stops me. Nobody gets in my way. All right, Holmgren finds it, works it around. Shot comes in on Ianni, and she'll get fouled. Harfield, I believe, is the one that'll draw that contact. It is. And it's the first foul on Harfield, but it's the fourth on the Cardinals, and it'll send Ianni to the line.
And that's where you see the difference. Harfield right now a little bit raw on the footwork side of things because she just could not stay with that movement side to side of Deborah.
Ianni's free throw is good.
Back up to a 10-point lead. Good job here by Anoka after a nice little run by Coon Rapids.
Both free throws are good. Ianni's up to 8.
And she made those free throws look good. Boy, that's starting to come around for this Anoka Tornado team.
Cross-court pass, now back to McGreen. McGreen working the perimeter. Now Graham, now back to Palmer's going to launch. No good. Big rebound. Shoknek's the one that finally brings it in. And she slows things down. Brings it across the timeline. Gives for Holgren. Pass is tipped quickly out for good defense, good trail. Gives for Costigan, high shot off the mark. It was McGreen that ran out of real estate. Ianni coming the other way, trying to put some moves on Graham. Nearly had it poked away. Shoknek will put it on the floor, works to the baseline, and finds Ianni. Ianni works in from the wing, gets past one defender, and then blocked by Costigan. Here come the Cardinals. Aaliyah Graham puts it on the floor, right down the middle. Now dishes back out. Palmer is going to launch another three. No good.
It's just going to be living and dying by the three, Pete, from the outside for Coon Rapids. They are not necessarily trying to get inside very consistently.
It's a 10-0 run for the Tornadoes. Nice pass there, finds Holgrimson inside, and her first bucket of the evening.
Holgrimson moving well without the basketball right there. Very comfortable on the floor. Takes that nice backdoor cut. 13-point lead for the Tornadoes, and you can see they're kind of just hanging out in this little, it's kind of man-to-man, but you can kind of see a little bit of a zone look as well.
Harfield gives back for Palmer.
And now they go full man here as Holgrimson comes out on McGrain.
McGrain works inside on her. Pass no good. Tipped away, and it's going to be Tessa Lirum running the floor. Drew Peterson all by herself.
Yeah, you can tell by the blue shoes. Drew Peterson also just running the floor with some quickness, some speed. And I'd want to talk this over if I'm Coon Rapids, I think. I think I just want to, like, reset things, and here we go.
And Bierman does take the timeout right after the ball was crossed the timeline.
I might have taken that timeout about 2 minutes earlier, to be honest with you. I mean, the problem with Coon Rapids right now is the offense is almost exclusively on three-point shots. And it's fine if you make a few, right? But if you go down and you get 5-6 empty trips in a row, that's when things start to add up. Because what do you get? Long rebounds. You get transition runs and fast break on the other side. And there's just nothing there for you to do to stop that if you're Coon Rapids. If you're Coon Rapids, you got to be slower offensively, Pete. Got to slow the ball down, get the ball inside, try to drive, get some screens set, and see if you can't draw some fouls on the Tornadoes. Right now, just one team foul.
One team foul for the Tornadoes, and they're on currently a 14-0 run. Coon Rapids made it a game. They got it all the way down to 17-16 with that last three they made. That one coming off the hands of Jakaya Palmer.
And you were seeing, even from the last time I saw this Anoka team just about 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, the confidence is really just starting to grow off this team. You can even see it with the bench players who come in.
Second team foul going to be called against Tessa Lirum.
I think that's her first, yep. But that's what Coon Rapids needs to do. Draw some fouls. Get the Tornadoes on their heels a little bit.
McGrain puts it on the floor through the lane. That's a hook shot that finds its way down. Callie McGrain has 8.
McGrain can play a little bit. I like watching her. She's got some game. I don't know about that shot all the time, but that was cool.
Double team on Shoknek. Does draw the errant pass, but Palmer tipped it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tornadoes. 22 seconds on the shot clock. Plenty of time for Anoka. Shoknek on the inbound. Looking inside. Instead, will give for Lirum. Comes outside, and Holgrimson will shuffle those feet.
Holgrimson had to look back at Nick Novak, and Nick Novak's like, yeah, that's travel. Okay, never mind then. I was going to complain about the officials, but since you said I traveled, I'll take your word for it.
They didn't change the rules in the last 30 seconds. Aaliyah Graham puts it on the floor, met by Lirum, goes through the lane, does Graham, throws it up, and we'll go to the line for two. That one did find its hung in the air for, seemed like a long time.
But that goes back to what we were just talking about, though, Pete, right? What have you seen since coming out of the timeout? Couple of fouls drawn. Now you take the ball to the basket. You get a bucket. Now you get a chance to get this even closer with some free throws. Make the game a little simpler for yourself.
Free throw attempt. First one no good for Graham. You look here. She on that replay, just finding that lane and squeezing through a little bit of a water bug, just fighting her way through.
And sometimes you got to just force your way in there. You just got to move some people around.
Frecking passes it up ahead for Shoknek. Lirum thought about it and said she's going to put it on the floor. Hard foul from Harfield. Throws Lirum to the floor, and she's going to go to the line.
And again, when you're not moving your feet defensively and you're not getting yourself in position, you're not going to get this call. Like, Harfield's doesn't like that call, but she's not in a defensive position. She's not going to get that call.
Lirum's free throw is good. Second is good as well.
Yeah, back 32-18. Nice job by Lirum off the bench. You're getting some nice bench minutes from Holgrimson, Lirum. Starting to see some depth in this lineup.
Harfield comes off, Costigan back in. McGrain's pass finds Palmer on the right wing, right in front of Nick Novak. Shania Horton back on the floor. Thrown up at the backboard, no good, and tapped out. I think that went off of, it's going to stay, it is Tornadoes ball. I thought that might have been touched by the Tornadoes last. Coming into the game.
Angel Chabichi.
Angel Chabichi stepping in.
You want to talk about, I like it's kind of the J.R. Smith of this team. Will just come in and just fire. Irrational confidence is what I like to say with the young ladies. Yeah, the Dion Waiters, that's the heat check.
Shoknek from the corner, no good. Rebound coming down. Chabichi taps it over to Frecking, who finishes.
But that's what she brings when she comes on the floor. Instant energy, and right there, crashes the board, keeps it alive, and they get a second chance opportunity.
So she's Alex Caruso. Got it.
She could be a number of players. Let's just name 6 different players for Angel Chabichi.
I love it. Shoknek brings it off the floor, hands it off for Laram. Kuyan back in the game. She'll put it on the floor. Gives off for Shoknek. Damn, that one was down and in. Just popped out at the last minute. McGreen hands off for Aaliyah Graham. Graham, one-hand pass near side for Palmer. Quick launch. No good. Back iron. Big rebound. Comes out to Frecking, who's double-teamed immediately and draws the foul.
You know, if we're Coon Rapids, we got to...
We are Coon Rapids.
Well, we are, but can we get a pump fake? Can we get a little dribble and a little head and shoulder? Can we do something? Because the issue, I mean, the last 2 trips down, you get a shot put runner at the rim where all you got to do is stop, maybe pivot, and you're going to get an open look because the player's going to fly right by you. And right there, same thing. It was shot. I don't even think that we even spun the ball to get the laces. And we're just flinging it up there. Take your time, folks.
Handoff to Frecking inside the lane. Ianni with another assist. Frecking with 2 more.
How about 15 for Maddie Frecking?
She is leading all scorers. Horton loses the handle out of bounds. Ball's going to stay with Coon Rapids. Shoknek checking back in.
Just, again, a little too fast here for Shania Horton. Sometimes the game is a little too quick for you, Pete. You got to slow it down a little bit.
Rochelle Cooper back in the game. Quick shot off the inbound for Aaliyah Graham. No good. Ianni with the rebound. She'll give off, and it's Kuyan that's going to bring the ball up. Working the perimeter, works around the right side. Tries a little pick and roll with Frecking. Frecking somehow is able to corral that pass and put it up and in.
That's
She's got
just
17.
That's simple basketball for Anoka, but so effective. Little screen and roll. Don't see enough of that right now at the varsity level from boys or girls, but nice to see that right there. It's so easy to get a hoop.
Aaliyah Graham with the runner from the right side, no good. And a football pass ahead for Chabichi, no good. Shoknek right there to clean it up and put it back in. I believe that's Shoknek's first bucket. It is. It's 41-18 in favor of the Tornadoes. At one point, it was 17-16.
Yeah, it got late early here in this one.
Is that Yogi Berra?
It is.
Graham.
I figured you'd like that as a baseball guy.
Love it. Drop pass for McGreen. McGreen caught a lot of rim, but couldn't get the roll.
The iron unkind for Coon Rapids.
Chabichi puts it on the floor, backs off. It's good!
I told you, no fear from Angel Chabichi. She knocks that one down.
And I think if you let her, she'd go and high-five everybody else that's on the floor at the time. But she's on defense here. Instead, it's going to be McGreen launching a 3. That one doesn't hit anything, goes out of bounds. Turnover in favor of the Tornadoes.
Yeah, Angel has the right attitude for a bench player at right there because she comes off the bench and brings just an instant swag to the team on the floor, and I think that's big for this team, and I do think her teammates buy into that. 44-18.
It was 17-16, and since then, 27-2 in favor of the Tornadoes.
That's good Coon Rapids math.
Thank you, Mr. DeJoy. Maddie Frecking with the and one.
They wouldn't let me in his math class. I went to Mr. Law's math class down in the basement.
Hey, he's also a great teacher.
There he is, yeah. He makes a lot more money than we do at this point.
Taking a look at the standings in the Northwest Suburban Conference, there's Anoka. You mentioned it, Tim. You know, doing well in conference. That's better than doing well. That's dominating.
Yeah, that's that. They have just been able to, and they've been in some tough games, no question about it. But they have just been able to flex when they've needed to, and a lot of that's been the play of their superstars. And again, another example, Frecking's already got 20 points in the first half. She's been consistently in the 25 to 30 range every night. And when you've got a player who can score, that happens.
Jakaya Palmer just checked back in and works towards the bucket, lays it up with the left, and gets a Coon Rapids bucket that they've been sorely needing for a couple minutes now. Frecking on the floor, harassed by McGrain. She gives off. Putting it on the floor is Peterson. No good. And Costigan pulls down the rebound, draws the foul. Just the 4th team foul against the Tornadoes. 54.1 seconds to go in this first half. 47-20 our score.
And Angel's going to come back in and going to sit Kuyan here for the remainder of this half.
McGrain puts it on the floor. Gives off near side, quickly inside to Costigan. Good ball movement by the Cardinals. Back and forth, Costigan. Real good attempt, but Annie says, I'm having enough of that.
Yeah, I didn't mind Costigan's footwork right there, but again, little pump fake, get Ianni up in the air, put a little body into her, you draw a foul.
Costigan, the freshman, right there, as you mentioned, just going straight up. You know, you get give her an opportunity. Peterson with the steal. Slows things down, and then I'll quickly give it ahead to Shoknek. Shoknek picks up her dribble, gives for Ianni, working around the perimeter. Chibechi back to Ianni. Bounce pass ahead. Frecking mishandled that one. One of the rare errors in the first half for her. Graham throws it up. Costigan, wow.
just absolutely destroyed Chibechi for that rebound. And then again, just too fast to put that up and in.
And Chibechi wait. They are calling Costigan on the foul. I thought they called
a loose
Costigan.
ball. Oh, they get a loose ball foul on Costigan. Poor Angel Chibechi just almost sat with the cheerleaders there over in the
Well, initially
the
when they called it, I thought he pointed at Chibechi that she was the one that committed the foul. And it's like he was just identifying who the shooter was. Chibechi's first free throw is good in the 1-and-1, as that was the 8th team foul, and for the Cardinals, puts Anoka in the bonus.
Already 4 off the bench, now 5.
Make it 5 for Angel. Graham working against Peterson. Under 10 to play. Palmer, McGrain, under 5. Running out of options. Palmer's going to launch. No good. Good looking shot, just didn't fall. And we'll head to the locker room with a 49-20 advantage in favor of the Tornadoes.
Anoka's gaining confidence by the game here, Pete. I mean, you've seen him a few times. I've seen him a few times. That's probably the sharpest they've looked even all season. I mean, obviously Frecking's doing Frecking stuff, but they're getting contributions from everybody right now that's coming on the floor.
They look good. They look confident, and they go into the locker room with a healthy 29-point lead. Maddie Frecking leading all scorers with 20. We'll be back with second half action here on QCTV Sports. It's Tim Anderson and Pete Anderson. No relation. Stay with us.
right, I think we get tons of deflections tomorrow night. All right? That's fun. That's fun.
One, two, three,
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Honestly, it's like really exciting to be in my senior season, but I'm also definitely, I know it's going to be sad, like to play my last game. Not ready for it.
I'm going to play lacrosse in college, so it feels weird. I've been playing basketball since I was in kindergarten, so the idea of leaving it, it doesn't feel real quite yet. We'll see when it gets later in the season, and I actually have to really think about it.
I'm really grateful for this opportunity, and I'm just glad that I get to be a leader and a voice on this team. My biggest goal is to play Division I basketball. It's just a dream, just going, because for our team, we do like gopher outings, so we go to the Gophers and watch them play, and just looking at the court and looking at where they play, it's just a dream. It'd be an honor to play there.
We set goals before games. We always set goals, and then just checking in with each other, making sure everyone's doing good and having a good time.
For the team, I want to go to state. I think we have the capabilities to do this year. We've been working hard, putting in the time, and I think we can do it. For myself, obviously it's always to score the points, but I want to get my teammates the ball and make sure they look good playing their game.
Our goals are pretty high. Last year we wanted to make state, ended up losing in the section finals to Andover in a real tough battle. Our goal is not just to make state this year, but it's to have an impact in state. We just don't want to go there and lose all 3 games. We want to go there and make our mark this year.
That's hard. Andover, usually the rivals, so I really like playing them, and they're a good competitive team, so it's a good game.
I'd say this year Centennial, just because I feel like we have the biggest competition with them. Last year we beat them in the semifinals, and it was just like an amazing game, so I'm really excited to play them this year. Yeah.
I'd definitely say just Andover, or just our section opponents, because energy's always like the highest around them, rivals, that kind of thing.
My favorite is getting Applebee's. A lot of times after games we'll go to half-apps and we'll get food. It's just a great time. I love all the girls on the team, so it's so fun getting to hang out with them.
Definitely in the locker room, we get Deb on aux and she plays her music. It definitely gets everybody pumped while we're getting ready, and just good vibes all around.
That you like to do outside of the court with your team that's super fun?
Eating. We love eating, so
Is there anything anywhere specific you like to eat?
Applebee's, half-apps.
This is the chosen class. I mean, we have 8 seniors this year, and 5 of which played JV varsity for all 4 years. So, I mean, we're a confident group. We got a lot of leadership, and we look at, Peyton, Trey, and Affie as captains, but so many leaders in Kamari Hibbler, Caleb Shear, Concho, Famea, so many guys that can step up. We're excited that it's their final year, but we're also excited to prove that we're one of the teams to be reckoned with in the state.
It's incredible. I mean, all 3 of us captains, me, Affie, and Trey, we've been the little middle schoolers, elementary kids watching the big kids play on the high school court, and just being in that spot now is it's an incredible feeling. Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome. I'm a captain of the track team as well, so I'm a captain all over, and honestly, just a blessing, obviously. I just want to make my community proud, to make my coaches proud, make my teammates proud, and just continue to be a good example for the younger classmen coming up. So I hope that I can continue to set a good example, and I feel like my other captains set a great example as well. So obviously, I'm very proud of us and myself as well, so hopefully we can continue to do the same thing.
It's obviously what you talk about when you're younger, want to be the captain of the varsity team and stuff, and now that it's all here, it's kind of went by too fast. But I mean, it's fun. It's what I wanted to do my whole life, so just taking in all the memories and stuff, it's fun. think one of our biggest goals as a team is to make it to the state tournament this year. We're very confident in our ability to do that. We've got a very senior-heavy group with a lot of leaders, and I'm really excited about it.
Overall, I just want to have fun with my team as well. This is my last time playing with some of my brothers, so obviously I want to just end having a positive vibe with everyone and just doing well for this community.
I'd love to surpass 1,000 points this year too, but definitely making it to state. Yeah, I think we're a very close group off the court as well, and I think that helps our ability to build chemistry on the court.
We are, kind of how Peyton said, really connected as a family, so we all have the same goal. So we try as friends, even during football season, we had a lot of success. So we try to, unite together, keep each other's heads up, spend time together outside of basketball, so we can always, stay focused together as a community and just continue to work hard. I love these guys a lot, and in football we were captain. I was captain as well, so I'm obviously blessed to have this title to my name, and I'm blessed that the coaches and the community see me this way, and I hope that I can make them proud and can just continue to be the leader that I am.
Yeah, I mean, we hang out as guys all the time. We've grown up with each other and played basketball as well as football and other sports as well. We all love to hang out, get food with each other. McDonald's after practice, always be different, funny conversations. But yeah, just like kicking it with each other and getting food.
With this group, I love you guys. The senior group has meant a lot to me. They're, as a first-time head coach, you're my first group of freshmen. I appreciate all the hard work. We truly are a family, and let's go get it.
The snow is flying and the rinks are ready. All rink locations are open for use across Anoka at George Enlow Park, Lincoln Elementary School, Rick Sorensen Park, Rudy Johnson Park, and Wilson Elementary. The general schedule for the warming houses is Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday, noon to 8 p.m. This schedule is subject to change based on ice conditions and facility usage. All skating rinks are cleaned and surfaced as staff, time, and weather permits. Rinks cannot be surfaced during the following conditions. Flooding in extremely cold temperatures causes the ice to crack and boil. Flooding in warm weather results in puddling and uneven surfaces. Flooding under these conditions causes poor ice, air pockets, and ripples. Per the snow clearing policy, rinks will be cleared off as soon as the snow has stopped falling during working hours. Clearing streets and sidewalks are the #1 priority after a snowfall. There are shovels at the rinks if skaters want to clear snow off the ice on their own. Skater safety is our main priority. Rinks may also close in the event of a wind chill advisory. The recreation supervisor will determine all rink closures. The City of Anoka is proud to offer skates and snowshoes for people to loan while they visit the rinks. These loaners are available at specific locations. Ice skates are available at the Lincoln Elementary Warming House. Snowshoes are available at the George Enlow Park Warming House. Please talk with the ice rink attendant when wanting to use a pair. You must fill out a sheet with your name, phone number, and signature. If you have questions or concerns regarding skating rink operations, please contact the City of Anoka Public Services Department at 763-576-2980. Happy skating.
Here to Anoka High School. We're underway in the second half. Pass dribble or sent along the baseline. It's Frecking with the steal. Quickly the other way. Here come the Tornadoes. Coming out of the locker room with a 49-20 lead. Pete Anderson with Tim Anderson here on the call tonight. Thanks for joining us on QCTV. Drew Peterson misses that one, and then the rebound tipped out of bounds by McGrain. 20 seconds back on the clock for the Tornadoes. Shoknet on the inbound. Bounce pass inside. Frecking's going to bring it all the way out. She loops around and stops. Gives near side. Peterson right back in the spot. Goes into Ayeni, who nails that one. Good ball movement for the Tornadoes as they get right back to business here in the second half. Up 31. Shot from the corner, no good. That shot coming off the hands of Rochelle Cooper. Coming the other way, Peterson thought about the three, passes it inside. Frecking had her path blocked. It's a turnover. Aaliyah Graham going coast to coast, high off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to Shoknecht. Frecking ahead, Peterson all alone. That's an easy layup.
Oh, man. Great start here from Anoka in the second half. You get Ieni to double digits. You get Peterson involved in things offensively. It's going well.
McGrain in the corner. One-hand pass, near side for Palmer. It's in and out. And it's Cooper that's going to launch the three. That one no good. Shot looked good. It was on the line. It just hit too strong off that back iron. Peterson brings the ball up. She's got pace and slows it down. Now Kuyan all the way out on the logo.
Yeah, take your time here if you're Anoka. You got the big lead. You don't need to do anything fast here.
Perimeter screen set by Ieni for Frecking. Didn't result in a shot. Instead, it comes back to Kuyan. She nails it.
You haven't seen him shoot a lot of threes in this game, Pete. That's a rare one from Laurel Kuyan on the outside.
The movement inside, tapped away, and it goes right into the hands of Lizzie Shoknecht. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, did they let that happen? Oh, they let her. Oh, I guess she got rid of it.
All right, Frecking goes to the elbow, right along the free throw line. No good. Ieni with the rebound and the putback.
Deborah's got 12 in the game tonight. You notice that the bigs have been dribbling it up a ton tonight. Shoknecht and Ieni for this Tornadoes team.
Ieni nearly deflects that pass into the backcourt. Instead, it stays here. Coon Rapids Cardinals going to work it around the perimeter. Graham from McGrain. Now Horton way outside. Graham trying to redirect traffic. Gets a little frustrated. I think she was thinking McGrain was going to cut. Ball on the floor. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. That shot never hit anything, but Ieni comes away with it as the time expired. Shoknecht brings the ball up. Goes up top. Frecking and a good defensive. No, they're going to call that a foul.
Yeah, it's good effort anyway, though, from Horton. Just trying to deny Frecking that, because it's a layup if you don't make the move there one way or the other. You'd rather just go have her earn it at the line. Timeout taken here by Coon Rapids, as defensively they're a bit of a sieve here to start this second half. I mean, layups are all over the place, and Anoka's getting everything they want on the offensive end. You have to offer up some resistance here.
Well, it was 17-16 in the first half, Tim, and since then it was a lot. It was what? That's a hard math. 32-4 run for the Tornadoes to end the first half. Here's the upcoming schedule for the Tornadoes. Going to travel to Elk River on the 5th. Hey, that's just 2 days from now. And then next week, the Huskies will be in town. They already played at Andover. Now it's going to be the Huskies' turn to play here at Anoka. Maple Grove on the 13th, at Osseo on the 18th, and the 21st against Park Center. Is that the rest? That's all of their schedule?
That's pretty much, I mean, that's pretty much getting down to it. And that Andover game's interesting because they were 9-4 in the conference play heading into tonight as they play Elk River. So I would assume Andover's definitely getting better as the season's progressed as well.
They're playing a little bit better, and they're playing a little bit more together over there. Cardinals schedule, they've got Armstrong here in a couple of days, Cloquet on Saturday. Excuse me, that's Friday. And then next week it'll be at Blaine, home versus Centennial. And then on the 20th, Legacy Christian will be the location of the Cardinals game. 5 games out. Frecking going to be at the line outside of the timeout. As we mentioned, she had 20 in the first half. She's looking to add to that here.
Giving young Elise Harfield a lot of run tonight for this Coon Rapids Cardinal team.
First free throw for Frecking is good. It gives her, she now matches her season average of 21 and has now surpassed it. Graham brings the ball up, gives off for McGrain. Kuyan with the block on the pass, and then the tip. Gives off for Peterson. Peterson with the left hand. That one rolls its way over the top of the rim and in. That's good looking layup there for Drew Peterson.
That gets Drew to double digits. She's up to 10 tonight.
Working on Kuyan was McGrain. She throws the underhand scoop at the back glass. Way too high, way too hard. Peterson tries to thread that needle. It's a turnover. Here come the Cardinals the other way. Coast to coast, no good for Rochelle Cooper. Frecking. Inside out. Peterson for three. No good. Frecking with the rebound. Her shot no good. She's trying to go up over Jakaya Palmer. It's a 62-20 lead here for the Tornadoes. That pass off the mark, and it'll be another Coon Rapids Cardinals turnover.
And if I'm Coach Nick Novak, I'm moving to the bench. I am right about right now. I'm starting to go ahead and get some of those other players into the game. 42-point advantage here. I don't know if you're going to continue to gain anything at this point playing the starters on the floor. I think you only risk things at this point.
Miami throws a low pass to Tessa Liram. It comes back as a turnover, and Aaliyah Graham comes in and throws it in for the first points of the second half for the Cardinals. In the corner, back and forth, Liram to Ianni. Ianni through traffic, draws the foul.
And again, she's so much better on the inside. You see how she handled that? In control, lifted that dribble at the right time, a little step. And that's just very, very tough to defend.
Ianni at the line.
Elise Harfield,
on that one.
The young seventh grader, getting a lesson here from Deborah Ianni tonight on the inside.
You look here, working through that first, just that gather up over the head, and then drawing the contact inside. Ianni's second free throw, no good.
And that's about what she does. She's about 50, 60% at the line, and want to see her make a few more of those consistently.
McGreen works to the top of the key. Now near side, Graham's trying to work it inside. Doesn't have the angle, works her long Frecking, left-handed layup off the side of the backboard. Tornadoes the other way. Kuyan, hesitation move, pull up, off the glass and in. Nice little athletic move there from Laurel Kuyan.
Kuyan's been awesome tonight. Like, she's been so under control. She's been assertive. And it just doesn't feel like the game is too fast for her tonight. Like, she has played it with just a really wonderful tempo.
McGreen goes near side. It comes around to Graham. That pass is telegraphed, and Drew Peterson knew it. Right on top of it, she is met by Jakaya Palmer. Doesn't have much room, so Frecking will go to work inside, and on the smaller Aaliyah Graham makes easy work of that.
Yeah, mouse in the house right there. Frecking said, I got the smaller matchup, give it to me on the inside, and she took advantage of it.
It's not too often you get to see in a basketball game a one team triple up another. We're at that mark right now, 66-22. Shot blocked by Kuyan. Kuyan was off to the races. That ball didn't get corralled until just right now. Liram has a wide open lane and tried to Euro.
It's out of control for Tessa Liram. She's out of control on that one, and she knows it. She had the pass, though. She could have dished that off to Kuyan for the open look on the drive-in dish. Just a little unsure of what to do with herself that time and turned it over.
Shoknek back in. Holgrimson in the game as well. She had a little bit of a spark plug first half. Cardinals will bring the ball up from the backcourt. It's Aaliyah Graham.
Yeah, I really liked how she played in the first half. Really liked how the entire Tornadoes team played in the first half, but I was impressed with Holgrimson.
McGreen puts it on the floor at the left, trying to get past Abby. She'll pull up and shoot. No good. Rebound tapped and corralled by Tessa Liram. Shoknek bringing the ball up. Bounce pass. Holgrimson. No good.
That's a gift right there. Abby Holgrimson knows it.
Coming the other way. Here's a coast-to-coast opportunity for Rochelle Cooper. The shot doesn't go, but she will go to the free throw line. I think just the second trip to the line for the Cardinals here tonight.
They have not been able to draw a lot of fouls and get inside much. I'm not sure why we're playing at such a fast pace if I'm Anoka right now. I mean, you have a big lead. There's no need to be running and gunning up and down the floor here.
Cooper's first free throw not successful. It hits off that front rim and runs all the way over off the backboard and out.
They replaced that net at halftime, too, so they're hoping they can get some baskets made here so they can really get some use out of that, stretch that thing out.
Well, the Tornadoes did shoot the lights out in the first half and clearly wore that one out. They had to replace it. Rebound goes to the Cardinals and a three from outside from McGrane.
And they've already messed up the other one here. As you can see, loose cord. That's just really just a poor job of installation there by the staff of the Tornadoes. I think that was Roger Way. Just totally on him right there.
Well, I'm sure he's going to be the first one there to fix it.
Oh, I'm sure he's running to get the step ladder right now. So they make that three for 66-25, and they're playing all of our tunes today, Pete. They're going to do a little AC/DC, or not like AC/DC, Aerosmith and Run DMC, a little Walk This Way. There's our look at our net. You can see that loose. I mean, that's just, I mean, what are we doing? Let's get that solved.
You know, I think we might have to do a QCTV. Oh, let's go. Come on. Let's give our props to Trinity back and our crew back in the studio. Excellent work. Excellent work by our camera guys here right behind us.
And there's Roger out there working on that. Yeah, tighten that thing up. Let's go. No fear of heights on that ladder. I'll tell you what.
I'm guessing there's going to be a staff email tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, just the only two people not afraid of ladders around here are Roger Way and Cody Rhodes.
Can you maybe blind CC me on that email tomorrow?
I'll make sure that you get that email. That's fine.
So much.
I don't think Roger even reads those anymore, to be honest with you. I think that's a take me off your do not email list, or take me off the list.
Chibichi into the game for the Tornadoes. She'll inbound. As we've got also making her first appearance tonight is Malia Clay on the floor.
Yeah, they like Malia, young sophomore.
Kuyan runs the baseline and runs out of real estate, turns it over. Good defense there by Rochelle Cooper.
That's what you're supposed to do. Is you're supposed to use the baseline to your advantage, but you don't want to give up space there. You want to just cut that off and force them to that line.
Graham gives off for Cooper. Clay tried to steal it. Then the pass comes inside. Shopnek gets a couple of hands on it. Can't get the turnover. Goes inside. Palmer with the reverse layup.
Boy, that looked polished, didn't it? That was nice.
That was nice. And Palmer.
You make two more of those, and Pete and I will sing the fight song for Coon Rapids.
Has 8 points on the night. Shopnek from the right wing goes inside for Kuyan. Couldn't handle it at first, but still is able to put up a shot that walks up and over the rim and in. 68-27.
That's 11 for Laurel. That's a nice night for her.
Shot from outside for Cooper is good. Rochelle Cooper heating up here in the second half.
Yeah, tickles the twine, gets it to 68-30. Couple big threes from downtown.
Tornadoes can maintain the lead. There's a turnover. Clay's pass got tipped as he was down underneath the basket. Cooper puts the ball on the floor, runs out of real estate, and is going to draw the foul.
Nah, there'll be a turnover, I think.
Oh, they did call the turnover.
Yes, they did. And more bench players coming in for Anoka as we get our first look at, looks like Jemiah Viney, another sophomore. So
next 48 seconds, as long as the lead stays above 35, we will start running time according to the high school league rules. Chibichi has the ball on the right wing, gives for Shopnek. Goes inside for Abichi. Chibichi then pulls it back. It's Viney. Good ball movement around the perimeter for the Tornadoes. Clay puts the ball on the floor and it's tapped away. And it will be coming the other way for the Cardinals. Amari Royal is the one that got that steal. Ball out of bounds. Last touch by the Tornadoes. It'll stay with the Cardinals.
So they will let this, clock is stopped right now. I would have thought we would be in the running time, Pete.
Under 9.
Under 9, I'm sorry, so we are coming up on that. You're right. My brain doesn't always work that way,
That's all right. Rochelle Cooper, strong move after the inbound to the hoop.
It's a nice under control move by Cooper, and she's made some nice moves here in the second half, being a little more assertive. Ooh, Chibichi almost traveled with that.
Pass comes to Holgrimson. She works into the paint, now backs it out for Shopnek. Chibichi's going to launch the long three, no good. But we have reached running time, and the clock is running. So unless the Cardinals can now cut this lead to below 28. it will remain running time through the rest of the second half. Launch from the right wing. Palmer's shot no good, but it comes out. Rebound was Royal. Ball goes back inside. Palmer gets the and one.
And a little smile from Lizzie Shoknecht as she's like, I don't know how that happened, and Shoknecht really the one like senior on the floor here. It's a lot of sophomores on the floor. It's a young team on for the Tornadoes right now. Chibichi's a junior, I should say. So you have a senior in Shoknecht, a junior in Chibichi, and then 3 sophomores on the floor for the Tornadoes.
Ja'Kai Palmer's free throw no good. Rebound goes to the Cardinals. That's Rochelle Cooper playing with a lot more energy here in the second half. Aaliyah Graham works it around the perimeter. Callie McGrane trying to get past Holgrimson. Under 5 to go on the shot clock. Ball bouncing around. Pass comes out. McGrane's going to just throw up a prayer. No good. Back iron. Big rebound comes out. And it'll be brought up here by Viney. Viney puts it on the floor, runs out of room. Good defense there by Cooper. Holgrimson lost her dribble. Bounce pass near side for Shoknecht. Shoknecht going to try and run down the paint. Instead, it gives off for Clay. Clay into the lane.
Yeah, she travels. Yeah, yep. That's a good call. Just a little too much movement there of the pivot foot. Going to get called for that every single time.
Well, I don't know about every single time.
Well, not every single time. Certainly not in the NBA.
First half.
And certainly not in the NBA they would call it. But
Leah Graham draws the contact. Shot doesn't go, but she'll go to the line for 2.
I'll say this: when you're the sophomore and the team's up 34, you're going to get called for it every time.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for questioning it.
I should have caveated the statement in advance. That's kind of my fault that I did that. I didn't.
Leah Graham hits the free throw.
You know, Coon Rapids has pieces that I like. They've got some athletes and some players who can run the floor a little bit and do some stuff. They just need to play under control and find an offensive system that allows players to shine.
Both free throws good for Graham. She's up to 6 on the evening.
Because I think Graham has some ability and Cooper has some ability, and I like what McGrane's game is.
And a stealing of the inbounds. McGrane steps back and pops a 3.
And they're under 30.
If Coon Rapids scores one more point, running time stops. Clay lost a shoe as she was trying to make a cut. And we got a whistle for...
I think they're going to maybe let her fix that shoe situation. Yeah. Lace those back up there, young lady. Malia Clay getting some extended run here, but...
It'll be Viney throwing it in from right in front of the Tornadoes bench. Holgrimson goes to the backcourt to catch it. He brings it up, puts it on the floor, uses the screen from Shoknecht and then tries to scoop it up and in. It gets blocked, but she draws the foul and will go to the line for 2, Will Abbey.
I like that move by Holgrimson, taking that screen from Shoknecht. And that's one thing I like what the Tornadoes have done tonight. You see them using that high screen with the bigs a lot up top at the top of the key and allowing those guards to work around it. It's a good job by Anoka. And, like, if there's one play you could define Lizzie Shoknecht with, it'd be something like that. Doing those little things for a team, setting screens, getting rebounds.
Perfect screen. Yeah, absolutely. It's the grinder mentality, the whatever it takes mentality, and I think you could say that the entire Shoknecht family is
absolutely
probably buys into that.
I was a huge fan of her sister Lily when she played, and I've been a big Lizzie Shoknecht fan as well. They've been such good kids and good stewards of the Anoka basketball program.
Rochelle Cooper's no good. Costigan, however, comes away with the rebound. Coon Rapids much better on the offensive glass here in this second half. McGrane back and forth, trying to get around Holgrimson. Now gives off for Cooper. Cooper puts it on the floor, gets through, goes off of Shoknecht, no contact. Costigan puts it up and in on the rebound.
Definitely doing a better job on the glass. Definitely doing a better job of playing under control offensively.
Chibichi saves that before it goes out of bounds, but she's immediately hounded by 2 Cardinals, Palmer and Cooper. And The clock will stop.
Good timeout by Nick Novak there. Sachabici was in trouble.
30-second timeout taken by Nick Novak, and this one at 69-41. Coming in on the season, the Tornadoes scoring about 58.9. Here we look at the rankings in 4A. Maple Grove up at the top at 15-2. Hopkins, Eden Prairie, Eastview, Wayzata, all the way on down the line. It's Lakeville North down there, Rosemont 9-9, 10-8. Gets kind of muddy.
A lot of those teams that have kind of played each other, played difficult schedules. They've met in a lot of these tournaments. They've seen a lot of each other. What's one thing we've noticed, I think, this year? I don't know if you've noticed it too, but a lot of these teams not being afraid to play each other in the season.
I think, especially playing and getting the opportunity to play some of these top-level recruits too.
Yeah.
I think it's it's an exciting thing that the girls look forward to, or the boys to do it the same thing. Shot there, no good. Clay comes away with the rebound as it touched nothing for Palmer. Clay's pass ahead, tipped, and Graham got a piece of it. It'll go to the Tornadoes.
It's like a weird thing where the basketball, like the players want to, it's not really a weird thing, but the players want to measure up. They want to play each other in the regular season and see where they stack up, which sometimes leads to hero ball, but I'll take that. I like seeing these matchups.
And you've got those top recruits that brings bodies into the building, and
Sure does.
The Maddie Greenways, and scoring 4,000 points here early. They're getting the 4,000th point. Graham jumps the passing lane, quickly gets it ahead. McGrain puts it on the floor, trying to get around Clay, lays it with the left hand and in.
Again, they're playing so much more under control in this second half. Unfortunately, it's too little too late, but as far as winning tonight, but at least you're seeing some offensive rhythm. And there's a nice one by Clay.
After the press break from the Tornadoes, and first bucket in a hot minute for the Tornadoes gets them up to 71. And a foul is going to go, I believe this is going to go against, they're going to give it to Clay as the foul. It was a contact on the arm, according to the official.
A lot of these players played in a little bit, at least in the JV matchup earlier. So Chabiche gets a little early run in that. Clay gets a lot of run, Viney.
Off the inbound, shot from Palmer, off the mark. Holgrimson has it tapped out of her hands, and it's coming the other way. Shania Horton's pass tracked down by Leah Graham. Going inside is Horton. Costigan. Pass too low for Horton to handle and turns it over. Chabiche slows things down. We're under 3.5 to play here in the second half. It's 71-43. Chabiche launches a three. No good. Tapped by a handful of bodies, and eventually it's going to be tapped out by Viney. According to the officials, it'll be the Coon Rapids Cardinals ball.
And I think Nick Novak was upset after that last Holgrimson steal because nobody told Holgrimson there were players behind her. There was no communication on the floor, and this is what he's trying to coach up at this point with some of these younger players on the floor.
Cardinals start a weave at the top and then slowly back out. Cooper puts it on the floor, works her way through traffic, and a good-looking shot there for Rochelle Cooper.
Yeah.
She's been a bright spot here for the Cardinals in the second half.
Yeah, she's played a lot better here, certainly, for this young Coon Rapids team. And right there is an example of the kind of that youth and inexperience for Anoka.
Viney goes up, gets fouled by Cooper. She'll go to the line. Now in the game, 2 for the Tornadoes is Ruby Lackinen.
Yeah, good to see Ruby get on the floor here as well. That's what's the thing that drives you crazy about that last one is this is what young Malia Clay and some of those players have to learn is when a player's driving, you can't just sit and reach or stick your hand out. You have got to move your feet and get in front. And that time you saw a bunch of statues defensively for the Anoka Tornadoes, and it was just a little dribbling drill for Cooper to go right around them.
8th grader Bella Rush stepping in for the Tornadoes. Viney's second free throw also no good. She goes 0 for 2, but the rebound comes out to her. Lackinen puts it on the floor. Shot blocked from behind. Lackinen saves it, gives it up for Clay. Down inside, Viney!
Oh.
I wanted it.
You wanted it.
I wanted it.
That was so big. That would have been huge for you.
but she'll go back to the line for 2.
Ruby reminds me a lot of her sister Lydia as far as just that way that shot looked and kind of the presence on the inside.
And Viney makes that free throw. Her first point of the night.
Another sub in here for the Tornadoes as they go to Aubrey Anderson. Going to get some run here.
It'll be Graham bringing the ball up for the Cardinals, left to right. Quickly into the lane, spin move, throws it up off the glass, but she'll draw the foul and go to the line for 2.
You could hear Nick Novak talking about stop ball, right? That's one of the first things you talk about when a team's trying to get in the offense, and he was trying to get Bella Rush to come up and challenge the guard across the timeline, and she sort of waited for the Cardinals to come to her, and Nick Novak wanted her to go the other way.
Graham makes that free throw. She's got 7 on the evening. Leading Cardinals scorer is Kayla McGreen. She's got 16.
Yeah, nice night for her.
Graham makes both free throws.
And that gives her 8. Cooper with 7, all in this half.
Graham is the leading scorer. That one's taken away. It's a steal. The stepping in front of it was Palmer.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a foul on Viney. Aaliyah Graham, the leading scorer on the Cardinals coming into this game. She averages 13.2 per game. She's a little shy of her average, but well above her average is Kayla McGreen, who averages just below 10, 9.7 per game.
You can see the varsity speed just a little fast for some of these Tornadoes as they're trying to get more time and experience on the floor.
Jakaya Palmer misses the free throw. The rebound rattled around. It came back to her, and now as she drives and tries to go for a shot, she gets fouled again. And so this time she'll get her 2 shots on the free throw. Jakaya Palmer.
Ruby not shy, going to come in and pick up fouls. That's got 2 of them here inside of a minute.
Jakaya averages 11.1. She's at 10, so this one really gets eliminates that variance.
No good.
No good. Ball still free, tapped. Ruby's outlet pass is tapped into the Coon Rapids bench. It'll be the Tornadoes' ball. 2:06 to go.
We still haven't sang the fight song, Pete.
I don't think we're gonna.
You're probably right. I don't think you still know it though, yeah?
Yeah, like if you started it, I'd be able to kind of get there.
Yeah.
I'd flash back to my, freshman football bus rides where we were forced to sing it.
Forced to sing it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
win or loss.
There we go. I like that.
Freshman year, you came, it was right when you went past the Burger King, we had to start the school song.
I like that. Maybe we got to bring that back.
I mean, I'm not going to tell him.
Well,
I guess I could tell Coach Vasquez, the new head coach.
You could let him know that
hey, this is a thing. And I don't know if that was even like a Clayton Koppel thing, or if that was just
I would like
the
to
freshman
challenge
coaching staff.
I'd like to challenge most of the Tornadoes at school. Like, hey, how much do you know about the fight song? I would argue they don't know the Tornado fight song very well.
There.
I know, but doesn't mean that they've read that.
McGrane at the free throw line. Free throw no good. Lackinen gets the rebound and it turns it over, but guess what? Backcourt violation. Rochelle Cooper, filling up the stat sheet here in the second half.
Yeah, she's been very tenacious, and she's been a lot more under control for this Cardinal team in the second half. They've played a little bit. They've played better. No question about it in the second half. And that's travel. Yeah, Aubrey
in the corner on Aubrey Anderson.
No relation.
99 seconds to go in this one. Graham puts the ball on the floor, works right down the middle, trying to get a little bit of help. It's going to be Palmer laying it up, and shot no good. It's tipped out of bounds, however.
We didn't see them run that set at all in the first half, right, where they would drive the guard in and do a little backdoor cut. Been waiting on that, and there it was right there.
As you've mentioned, glimpses of prosperity. Just putting it all together is the key. McGreen goes inside for Cooper. Cooper against Lackinen. Lackinen plays good defense, goes straight up, and the shot is no good. Quickly coming up the floor, it's Bella Rush. has it tapped away. Cooper coming away with the ball is going to work it up the court.
That name was apropos right there. She kind of rushed that.
She did. Loose ball again. Tornadoes come away with this with no shot attempt on the Cardinals, and going coast to coast with that was Jemiah Viney. First field goal of the game for her. Leah Graham trying to work on rush. Shot going to be out from the wing. No good. Front iron. Rebound goes to the Cardinals, and a shot from three. Guess who? Rochelle Cooper. She's come alive in the second half. It's a 25-point game. Much better.
And they want to get subs. I think they want to get some subs in perhaps here, move some players in and out there at the end. Sure enough.
It was a 29-point deficit at half, so whittling that down to 25 is a victory within itself for the Cardinals.
They empty the bench. Good win here again for the Tornadoes. They just kind of cruise things here in the second half.
Tornadoes bring it in. Shot.
That's Malaysia Clay.
Malaysia Clay.
Got to get your Clays in order right there.
You got to keep an eye. I got to make sure I see the numbers. Loose ball across the half-court line. Ball still being fought for. Rochelle Cooper, and I didn't even see who was on the floor with her.
Cooper and I think Buffy. That's deep in the stat sheet to know that one there, Pete. You had to go
I'm
deep on the roster.
I'm still looking.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be on that roster. I'm looking.
Is that Lizzie Buffy?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Deep in the stat sheets.
Wide open down the lane. Bella Rush lays it up and in. Under 10 to go. That should be the last bucket of the game unless Rochelle Cooper launches a three. Let's see. No good.
Well, you know, it's always fun hanging out with you, Pete.
We have more fun than any other QCTV combo.
No question about it.
In QCTV history.
I think there's no doubt about that.
I would be hard-pressed to think of anybody that has more fun than we do. The Anoka Tornadoes, they had fun tonight. They
sure did.
They win by 29. They led by 29 at the half. They led by 29 at the end of this one, 79-50. 10th straight win for the Tornadoes.
It's the same formula, right? You give Maddie Frecking a ton of opportunities early on. She gets the offense going. You give Deborah Annie some chances in the low block. She gets a double-double tonight, no doubt about that. Drew Peterson comes in, contributes as their third scorer. And then they get little contributions here and there. Holgrimson, Chabichi, Shoknecht. Everybody kind of filling their roles, doing their thing. Nick Novak has really got this thing rolling.
Kuyan, well over her average, also getting into double digits tonight. That was awesome for her. It's Maddie Frecking that leads all scorers, however, with 24, 20 of those coming in the first half. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight on QCTV Sports, thanking our crew here, our awesome cameraman behind us, and our crew back at the QCTV studios, running the board, Trinity directing things, doing well as well.
Just as good as it gets.
As good as it gets.
Trinity needs a raise.
She does. Let's give it to her. For my partner, my classmate, Tim Anderson, it's been an absolute pleasure. I've been Pete Anderson on QCTV Sports. Thanks for joining us. Anoka wins 79 over at the Coon Rapids Cardinals 50.